Guys, next assignment. Hopefully you've watched that first video. I know it's a bit longer, but I promise that I give each of you guys, um, you know, full attention in reviewing your project. And I think it's fun for you guys to also check out what your classmates are doing because, it's a motivational factor. And I do spend some time at the end doing a bit of teaching on how I kind of came to my design. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool that you guys did something that is a real event that's taking place, and I want you guys to have more of those design experiences. So I'm gonna try to bring my own personal experience as a designer more into sort of the work that we do. Now, this week we are going to take what you've done, and by the way, quick disclaimer: if you want to go back and make any changes and just clean something up if you want to and resubmit that poster design, I probably won't grade it until the next assignment is in because they're going to go together. And so if you have a change to that you like to submit at the same time as this next assignment, that is totally cool with me, and I will grade that last submission. Now, I won't always do that, but I think sometimes if I'm giving you a sequential piece that's related to the last one, it's fair to allow you a chance to go back and make some changes if you want to. So this is going to be kind of fun, I think, because you're going to take the same thing that you've done. Okay, you've created a for lack of a better phrase, a brand for this event. Color schemes, fonts, different artistic styles, which each of you are so unique in what you decide to do, and I love that. So you're going to take what you've done, that uniqueness, the thing that you've built already, which is the imagery established for this event, and create a ticket that attendees would purchase, either in advance or at the door. And additionally, this is something that I also did for the same event, and so I'm going to show you guys at the end of this week what I came up with, and I'll share with you guys the feedback I got from the person that was in charge, because she'll have some good things to say to you guys too about your work. So, some things about ticket design. It's the challenge it presents for you guys is you have to be able to think much smaller now. But I don't want you to think that you're going to be creating something with text so small that no one's going to be able to read it. Because think about it: people view posters from far away, and they might come up and read it closer, but the size you guys designed in 11 by 17 is plenty large enough for someone to read from a distance, right? And with a ticket, you might be reducing your fonts to 6, 5 points, and you might be thinking, how the heck is anybody going to read this? And I promise you guys, tickets are meant to be up close and personal, so people will be able to read it. But it presents a challenge of space because you have to kind of include the same and maybe more information in the smaller space on a document, on a piece of printed, a printed document that people are going to carry with them, are going to, it's going to be a reminder of the event that they went to. A lot of times people keep their tickets because it's a memory. And so your challenge this week is to take what you've done in your first piece and adapt that for the ticket layout. I want to give you guys a document with the information you should probably include there. But also, I want you to think of it as a space where, you'll have to sort of arrange information in a readable way. But at the same time, how kind of creative can I be with this? And do I want to take this to the next level? Do I want to be a little vintage, potentially? Do I want to be a bit more modern, sort of spatially elegant like this piece? Do I want to be, again, it's a touch of both. It's spatially kind of elegant, but it's also got some vintage to it too. So ticket designs are kind of neat because tickets have been around for forever, and you can really create a lot of nostalgia in the design. This is basically just what it looks like. It's like a ticket stub, and think about how small that text is probably on that thing. You probably want your ticket to be larger, And for this assignment, I'm not going to tell you guys how large it should be. Be creative in the dimensions of it, but know also that it has to be something that's easy to carry. And so don't obviously make it super big or anything like that, or super small. It has to be small enough to be carried, and it has to be large enough to not be forgotten or dropped, right? And so I would also recommend for you guys to go and search things like ticket designs on Pinterest or wherever you like to look at design, and see all the different ways you can put information in this style. Um, and some are more illustrative. I know you guys kind of like, some of you guys like that part. You can still put the same kinds of imagery that you've included in your poster design into this format, but again, it's going to seem a bit restrictive because it seems so spatially limiting. But I promise that once you get your text smaller and become, I don't know, accepting of the fact that it's smaller, you're able to kind of move things around, play with how things are layered, and honestly, probably some things, you know, with your imagery and so on and so forth, might have to overlap somewhere. You know, like I'm thinking about Alyssa's design with the silhouettes. There's no problem with potentially the titles now having to kind of overlap those things because of space. But that also might create some cool design, you know, elements. So it's going to seem like a challenge at first, but it's another chance for you to kind of think creatively and think outside the box in such a small space. And so I think being challenged spatially is a cool opportunity to be like, wow, how did this person make this thing, this, you know, this small piece of printed material look as good as it does? I think that you guys will find a way. So do some research, check out, you know, different design styles, fall in love with something, and then go that direction. Don't be afraid to see something and then just commit to doing something like that and trying it out and seeing how it might be adaptable for your material. Obviously, don't forget about the comments I might have made and maybe cleaning a couple things up. If I did give you comments like that, if I didn't, that's great too. But I'm excited to see what you guys make in this. It is going to seem like a challenge at first, but I think it'd be a fun one. And honestly, it did seem like a challenge for me too. So, but I also did think that I found a way to make it work within the space. And one extra element also, I'll put this in the assignment as well, but one extra element too that I want you guys to think about is that you'll have to have somewhere the cost of the ticket. So that's something extra that you'll have to fit in there. But also in this event tasting, with the purchase of the ticket, you get 5 different tastings. So you go up to a table and they're going to mark a specific place in your ticket, whether it be a white circle, square, checkbox, or whatever creative way you want to do it. You're going to have to find a way within your design to put those 5, whatever they might be, so that the person serving can check that off, because you know you only get 5 different free drinks when you go and purchase a ticket, if that makes sense. So I hope that makes sense. If you guys need more clarification on what I'm talking about, I'll help you out, but I don't want to give too much away as far as my design goes. I did do one of these myself, and I have a design to share with you once we get to the end of the week. So I look forward to doing the same kind of review with you guys later. But I'm excited about this one. And if you have any questions, concerns, need assistance in getting started, or are stuck, please just, talk to each other. That's my first recommendation. Everyone in the class is nice, as far as I can tell. And if you have anything else, of course, I'm always available and willing and excited to help you out too and give you some design guidance, because that's a part of this whole job that makes it so much fun. So we're making a ticket this week. It's up to you, size, dimension, shape. Make it sensible, of course. Remember usability and why it's even done, why it's even used, and carry your themes over from the first piece, whether you decide to touch that up and make changes or not, to what this piece looks like too. And of course, don't forget There has to be a spot for someone to mark that you've had one of 5 drinks that you are allotted with the purchase of the ticket. Those are the features that's the only extra feature I'm really asking you guys to add in. Okay, so all I need is just one native file. You guys can decide to do it in your favorite program, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign. I do need the exported file though, PDF or a JPEG, whatever's easiest, so I can see the finished result. And I can't wait. So if you have any questions, let me know. And have a good time this week, and we'll talk soon.